Here is Geniality Enabling Social Discovery, and I sign in with LinkedIn. And we don't take any of your data. So, yeah. So this is Geniality. Is you go to the evaluation here, and the first and the most important thing that you ask, Syed, do you want me to do your profile?
Yeah, sir. No problem. No problem.
Tell you what is the score actually. So that way. I can't do evaluation of your photograph. All right. So this is your photograph, Mubin, and I'll actually take you back to my this one. Just a second. Hold on. You're able to see the LinkedIn photograph, this one, right? Just so. What I do is that I come here to Snapper. Do I have photograph here? You analyze your LinkedIn photograph. So there's a, so this is the, if you see the Snapper gives you, if you come down here, it talks about the face, it talks about composition, it talks about editing. So why is the photograph the most important thing actually? A photograph is very important because there's no more first impression of a person. There's a 0th impression of a person. I can walk into any profile at any point of time. And what is the biggest problem with mankind and humanity is that we're very judgmental, right? The moment we see many of these in films, you will see that certain people are cast for certain roles because, you know, we associate certain impressions about certain people based on their face and their postures and how they look, etc., etc. So it's very critical that you take extra amount of energy to project yourself as somebody who is warm, somebody who's cordial, somebody who's smiling, somebody who's energetic. Because I want to be the first impression. I want to see a photograph. I really want to get associated with that person, right? So that is the reason why it is very important that you basically have a right photograph, right? So that is no compromise about a photograph. And please take that time and energy to go. And you know, it doesn't take much time, 3 hours, 4 hours, possibly to go ahead and get a good photograph, a passport portrait size photograph that has some sheen in it. Because it's all about branding, about what people think of you the first time. And because everybody is checking out, the adoption of LinkedIn is definitely getting better and better. And it's very important that you get photographed. And no matter what I say, I've been saying this for years together, a lot of people take their own sweet time to get their photographs up and running. And it's very important. And it's only a one-time job, right? Maybe once in 3 years or 4 years, you can change your photograph. But what is it? It's a one-time job and it's very important. And then your custom background that has to appear, is very important actually, Syed. It has to improve your personal brand, right? Raise the standard of giving is a very philosophical thing, but you want your personal brand has to come through a very attractive. Now, I've actually done a few personal things. Let me just show you what Jackson has done, and I'll probably be sharing with you. Just a second, hold on. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
So the person is, you know, these are qualities of the person. I'm not saying that this is the only thing. You can do something which, you know, you're something that can talk about your values, whether you're committed to work, you can be trusted upon or whatever it is. There are millions of ways in which you can actually, what is it called? Make your brand fit. You know, what do you stand for, Syed? That is very important. You have to make sure that you can actually come up with something and then make sure that you go ahead and share it, right? So I'm actually going to go ahead and one second, hold on. Back again. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not, you know, I'm saying that the personal brand is there. It is not relevant, okay? You have relevant, it enhances your personal, it is not relevant. Then I come to the professional elements of a headline, okay? This is the professional elements of headline. System administrator, Aldora Petroleum Services. You're already left Aldora, right? Even if you're there in Aldora, it is actually, there is another place for that, which is your experience section. So system administrator Aldora is already there. So why are you wasting that space? And the professional element of headline is extremely important, right? It has to tell. Now, there are different ways in which you can do. I'll show Achyut's actually. Okay. What Achyut has done and how he has actually. Okay. Achyut has in fact changed his photograph recently. Oh, okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So it's very clear, right? He is you see this custom background, right? He's an NRI transition coach, immediately talks about, and then he's hiring, and then look at his tagline, right? Helping returning Indian. Exactly the person will know. He's got the most loveliest of photographs. He's got a custom background. I don't need to go down and see actually exactly. It will tell me what he is there for, why he is there, why should I contact him, right? And it's very important that you take the pains to basically go ahead and do it, right? So let me come back here. Is the screen visible now? Professional elements of headline. Is the screen visible? No or yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'll say, Syed, that you have a headline, but you're using your designation. So there is a person, I only give 5 out of 15 for that, right? Now I come back here, I go back to Syed's here. So here, if you contact information here, then you have written your, why are you putting Kuwait's number? You're in Chennai, right? Right or wrong? You have to take your mute off, please. You're on mute.
Yeah, right, sir.
So,
right.
So how will people, address this Kuwait and you're connected? Okay. So that is the level. So this is, you're in Chennai at this point of time. Maybe you may even want to put Greater Chennai, because Greater Chennai has got a search results will be much larger. Okay. Greater Chennai is much larger. Your contact information, you're not connected. You're not driving traffic to any of your websites or blog links or whatever it is.
Okay.
You don't have an address, you don't have a mail ID. How will people ever contact you? Even if you're on LinkedIn, if somebody wants to contact you, how will they contact you? Right? So I come back here, and then you've not filled up your mobile number. You're not filled in your mobile mail ID. You're not filled in the website of your current organization. Let's say, okay, I'm assuming that you're working somewhere and you're not filled in your address. So all of this is very important actually, right? Location and industry, I do not know what industry you have done. I'll just say yes and yes. Now I'll come back to your profile summary, okay? If you come to a profile summary, so there is no profile summary per se. You come to the experience, activity is there about, this is what you have written. Sophos firewall. Now you have to remember that all of these things can actually be put into your skills, Syed. There is a place for skills and endorsements here, right? So these are you have actually put 41 skills here, but you can put 50 skills here and have them endorsed. So people, will automatically know whether you are actually good at them or not, right? If I come back here and I say that you have a profile summary, you have no profile summary, okay? I basically take this away. Have you updated your experience section? Let's come to your experience section and then take a look at it. Just a second, hold on. It talks about skills are there. Again, everywhere skills are there. It doesn't talk about your experience at all, right? So your experience section is also nil actually. You have not updated your experience section. You have to you don't give a description, right? How would people know? As a system administrator, you can do n number of things, right? How would people know what you have done, right? So then that is very important. Have you filled up your education? Okay, let's take a look at what your education is. And you have done BSc Computer Science at Annamalai. You have put the dates correctly. Have you done any other certification, etc., etc.? Have you done any certification, Syed?
Yes, I have done.
So it's not all of them. Nothing is visible here except for education.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can put your, see, the thing is this, the more you use the keywords and the more you fill this up, the chances that you will actually be found for this one is much more higher, right? So you don't have certifications, your skills and endorsements. I'm just saying at this point of time, yes, and they've not been endorsed, so I'll say no. And all right, skills test, I don't know whether you've taken. I'll just say no at this point of time. I don't think you've taken a skills test.
Taken.
You've taken, is it? Okay, fine. I'll actually put it as yes. Do you have authentic recommendations? Because recommendations are very important. Let's say you went to Kuwait and there your managers found you really good. Could they have given you a good recommendation on LinkedIn? Is it possible?
Yeah,
if it is there,
possible.
then what happens is that becomes more authentic. Then your profile becomes more authentic, right?
Yeah.
So it is not there. And have you updated your languages section? That, for example, you have not updated the languages section, right?
Yeah,
so it's very important. Let's say you know Arabic. Tomorrow, for some reason, people can actually call you from Middle East, right? They can actually do a search on Arabic.
Yes.
So at this point of time, you probably not updated your project section. I'll say for an administrator, it's not applicable. And then you're not participating in any groups. It's very important that you're able to run groups or participate in groups. You can actually be a member of 50 groups, Syed. You can choose 50 groups and you can actually be present there and understand what is happening. So, and at this point of time, if you come to the companies here, you follow these two, you show 208 companies you're following, is it? Okay. So let me say that you're following the companies and you're not following any influencers per se. So I'm saying no. And this is the complete score here. So your score is 15 on 100. Okay. And how do you improve your steps to profile? So what I have done is I've actually given the LinkedIn view reports analysis assumptions. Okay. If you come here, it will tell you what is the weightage that I have taken. I've given a weightage of 15% for the photograph. I've given a weightage of 15% for professional elements of headline. I've given a weightage of 15% for summary. I've given a custom background 5% weightage, contact details 5%, experience 10%, education 2%, license and certification 2%, skills and endorsement 5%, recommendation 5%, and groups 10%. So I've actually tried to put this weightage based upon the importance of each of these things. So you know that these are the assumptions which have been taken while arriving at the score. Then I have given a chapter on constructing effective LinkedIn profile. Then I have given a chapter on attributes of a good LinkedIn photograph, professional elements of a headline, and understanding the capabilities of LinkedIn. Now, what I have done further is to actually give you 18 sample profiles here. Okay. For you to take a look at the 18 sample profiles and keep on improving that. You can take a look at it and you can actually improve your profile. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So you can take a look at it, and for you to be able to, what I've done is I'll take you through our YouTube channel. Actually, this is a YouTube channel here, Insights for the Job Hunt. Just a second, hold on. So the most important thing that you want to ask yourself is, do you really require a job change, right? So that's something that is very important that you want to ask yourself. And then you want to say, how do you ace a job interview? That is, after you get selected for an interview, you want to do a research for about a company before going for an interview or before applying. There's something called website and LinkedIn Insights for the job seeker. Then for when you get an offer, there's something called understanding the elements of a job offer. For the LinkedIn, there's constructing an effective LinkedIn profile is there. Understanding the capability of LinkedIn is there. And then there is this one for professional elements of headline. All these things are available on a audio video. And above all, there is a section on guiding principles of effective career planning. So this is the sum and substance of the session, and everything is available for you to be able to go to the YouTube video and